This year marked 10 years since the triple disaster that happened on March 11, 2011. When I said triple disaster, I meant 9.0 magnitude earthquake, a tsunami that took away more than 25,000 lives, and a nuclear meltdown that's still an ongoing problem. The Japanese TV has been showing all the news about it, and it makes me want to share what I experienced that day 10 years ago. I'm living in Chiba, and I was living in Chiba then. And where I lived, it was about 50 kilometers away from Tokyo and 290 kilometers away from Fukushima. I think it was a Friday, and I was having the usual playgroup with my mama friends at my house. And I lived in the 15th floor. I lived on the 15th floor of a 15th floor apartment, and it was a corner house. So we were having lunch with our babies, and they were about 1 to 1.5 years old. And then we were talking and laughing, and then the shake came. You know, it comes all the time, the earthquake, and then we were just like, okay, the usual thing, it will go away quickly, so we were kind of calm. But it just got bigger, and it got so big that we couldn't stand. So we have to take our kids and gather in the middle of the living room where the carpet is, and because there's nothing there and we don't have to worry about things falling on us. But the funny thing is, like, my 52 inches TV was right there, and I was kind of worried that if that would fall on us. But the cool thing is, like, Japan, they make sure that you get this super sticky gel that stick the TV onto the board, and it works so well that despite the shake, we couldn't even stand, but the TV was like not moving at all. It was pretty cool. So it's like, whoa, you know, Japanese stuff, pretty good. Yep, this is a picture of the dining room. Everything that can move fell. Well, interestingly, the drinks that were on the table didn't spill at all. You can see the glass sliding door at the back. I don't know how it happened, but it was slide open and it broke the lock. And this is a picture of the kitchen. All the shelves were opened and more than half of the dishes were broken. Like, Japanese shelves have these special locks that when it senses a big shake, it will lock the shelf automatically. But the shake was so big that the plates were sliding inside the shelf, so it kind of just flew out and broke open the lock. So one lesson I learned, now I put all these non-slip sheets under all my plates so that, you know, hopefully next time when it happens and the plates won't just, you know, fly out like a shuriken. And this is the picture of the living room. For the guy you see at the back, it's not a ghost, it's my brother who lived nearby. My husband was working in Tokyo at that time, and all the trains stopped, he couldn't get back, and even the cell phone was not connected, it was not working, so he managed to send a message to my brother on Facebook, and my brother was able to come to check on me and the baby. And my poor husband walked 50 kilometers from Tokyo to Chiba. This is my husband's study, and we got the bookshelf at IKEA for only 7,000 yen. So we chose the cheapest bookshelf, and it broke in half. I mean, literally broke in half. Thank God nobody was in the room. But the good thing is that, you know, it was already broken in half, so we don't have to worry about cutting it into small pieces when we throw it away. The funny thing is that all my friends were traumatized and were worried about their own house, not how bad the house is. But when they got home, apparently nothing was damaged. And the reason that my house looked like this is because we lived on the 15th floor at the corner. And apparently, you know, when you shake something, the energy just escaped from the corner. So my unit shook the most. Anyway, why did I do this video? I don't know. But I think it's important to remember what happened in the history. And honestly, my damage was nothing compared to those up north, Fukushima and surrounding area. because our insurance pretty much paid for everything, and then even more. We actually got more money back because most of my plates were like cheap stuff and that I got. But there are still thousands of people who are still without homes, still suffering from their loss of loved ones. People who can't go back home because of the meltdown, the radiation, and they're farmers and fishermen still suffering from reputational damage. We tend to forget about all that kind of stuff. So what can we learn from it? I don't know. Maybe we can learn to be prepared for disaster when the next big earthquake comes. Or for my case, put on the non-slit sheet under the plate. Don't buy cheap cabinet because they will break in half. But as a Christian, I want to remember to pray for those who are still suffering, and maybe if there's anything that I can do or we can do to help them and to support them. And there are still a lot of people right now who need help and prayer. So please continue to pray for Japan. Thank you.